SDRF and various other agencies now part of this rescue operation, carrying out rescue operation at multiple places. Mundakai still continues to be a problematic area because the crucial bridge that connected both these areas is now washed away. The entire rescue effort is now happening through a zip line that has been established, and which means it is slowing down the process of rescue and relief operation. Last night as well, the rescue and relief operation had to be stopped because it started raining around 11:30, 12. When we were at Churalmala, it started raining, and the NDRF suspected that if the rain continues, there could be further landslide, and they stopped or suspended that rescue operation. It started again this morning. When you talk to all these people who've been displaced, who've lost their livelihood and their houses, one thing becomes very clear, that perhaps the ones who were staying near the stream suspected a flood, but none of them felt that there could be a landslide of this huge magnitude.
Absolutely. Harish, I request you to stay on with us. Grim scenes, like I'm mentioning, not a single eye that we can see which is not moist over there at the Community Health Centre in Meppadi village, from where Harish is reporting out of. We also have our colleagues Arunima and Neetu joining us live. Arunima is live with us from the NDRF headquarters in the national capital. Arunima, are we looking at more reinforcements that will be sent out to Wayanad?
See, already, other than the 3 teams of NDRF, the Indian Army is sending in more resources there. There's one column which is moved from Chamrajnagar. There's also the Indian Air Force which is readying choppers from the ground there to see if the weather will permit. From the Hindon Air Base here in Ghaziabad, there's also bridge material, building material that is being transported because it is a huge challenge. That bridge getting washed away is proving out to be a huge challenge. Harish mentioned how zip lines are being used to bring back those who are injured, but then there are huge limitations, like we all realize. A zip line takes about 15 to 20 minutes to bring back one person, and this is race against time. Every minute is a matter of life and death. It's already more than 24 hours since the first landslide struck. Somewhere between 1:30 and 2 a.m. is what the NDRF tells us, because they got the first call at about 2:30 a.m. Then there was a second landslide at 4 a.m. So we're already looking at more than 24 hours. If somebody has been breathing, stuck in the debris, each minute counts. Each minute is a matter of life and death. There are also challenges, like the ground is still unstable because of the incessant rains that are happening. I think last night also there were rains in that area that has made the ground not just muddy and slushy but also unstable. You just don't know when the next landslide is going to be triggered. So that's the other challenge. Can you really take heavy machinery, heavy vehicle on this area which is the ground is shaky literally. So these are big issues for the rescue team at the moment, but they have not lost hope. They are trying their best. The river there, which is flowing, it was a 100-meter river is what NDRF are told by locals. But now if you see the river, it's not just in spate, but it seems there are 2 separate rivers that are flowing there. So they are suspecting a lot of bodies could have just been washed away and trapped, downstream. So that's the other thing that they are focusing on. Sniffer dogs, usually part of the NDRF teams. Yesterday they couldn't do much because there was so much of waterlogging that the sniffer dogs were also rendered not of much use. But today they are going to be using, I think there was a request made from the Kerala Chief Minister also. So both the Army contingent of Canine Squad and the NDRF contingent of Canine Squad could be pressed into service today. But the biggest challenge, like I said, is the weather.
Absolutely. And we would take an update of just that from our colleague Neetu, who's also with us. Neetu, about this weather condition which needs to be, in place so that these relief and rescue operations can really take place. Even if the Army is pressed into service, choppers cannot fly and they cannot help with the rescue operations, even if they are able to locate the people, unless and until the weather is, at their side. What are you learning about that? What is the condition at the moment in Kerala?
See, that is the biggest issue that the rescue workers have been facing from yesterday, the inclement weather conditions. See, it can start raining at any time. Even last night it started raining again, and also the ground is very slippery. So right now the rescue teams have reached Mundakai, but they don't have heavy machinery or stuff to remove the debris, to see if there are people underneath. There are people who have reached there, and even the path to that, when they are walking, it's knee deep deep in slush, in mud, in debris, and they are braving all this and reaching on the reached Mundakai. But what they have are small hammers and cutters like that. What the people in the area are saying, we need equipments to remove this and see if there are people stuck underneath this. And it's more than 24 hours since this has happened, early morning at around 2 a.m. and the one which affected Mundakai, what we are understanding, happened at around 4 a.m. So from then to now, it is more than 24 hours. So even if people are stuck under, the chances of bringing them out alive by the time it is decreasing. So they have to move fast at this point, but they are really not able to take in all the heavy machinery for that. And also there is always a concern of whether another landslide can happen in that area, whether heavy rains will happen. Now, the extent of this, the damage is huge. This is one panchayat, the Mundakai area, about 200 houses. There's complete damage of that. It's like one area has been completely washed out. There is nothing left of that. And to let our viewers understand the extent of this, something which was washed away in Wayanad district, from the Chaliyar River in Malappuram, which is a nearby district, from the Chaliyar River, Nilambur area, the bodies have been recovered. So from Wayanad till Nilambur, the next district, through the Chaliyar River, the bodies have been washed and brought in. So that was the force, and it's with this fury. And yesterday the Chief Minister was also saying there was a small river there. Now what is happening is that after the landslide, the river has actually been turned into two, and they're flowing on both sides. So that is the extent. So unless this situation changes, they won't know what is the extent of this. So today it is very crucial, because as minutes pass by, the chances of saving more people alive will be less. So that is what the government machinery and the agencies are doing, including the fire and rescue team, the NDRF, the Army, Navy and Air Force.
Absolutely. Neetu, Arunima and Harish, I'd request you to stay on with us. We have some important reaction that's coming in on this big story that we continue to track out of Wayanad.
जैसे आपको मालूम है, करीब 2-2:30 बजे यहाँ पर लैंडस्लाइड हुआ था और कल सवेरे से यहाँ पे जो रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन शुरू हो गया है। कल थोड़ा मौसम ख़राब होने की वजह से इतनी एफिशिएंसी और इतनी स्पीड से हम नहीं कर पाए। आज किस्मत है कि आज थोड़ा अभी तक इतना मौसम ख़राब नहीं है। हमारे इलाके के अंदर तकरीबन 500-600 के करीब NDRF, आर्मी, नेवी, स्टेट पुलिस, फॉरेस्ट रेंजर्स और लोकल वॉलंटियर्स जो है अंदर काम कर रहे हैं। लेकिन अभी कोशिश ये है कि इस ब्रिज को जल्दी से जल्दी हम दोबारा बना सकें, ताकि जो इंजीनियर इक्विपमेंट है, जो अर्थ मूविंग इक्विपमेंट है, उसे हम अंदर दाखिल कर पाएँ इस एरिया में। और जो वहाँ पे जो रबल की खुदाई हो रही है, उसमें थोड़ी हमें सहायता मिल जाए। अभी जो कार्रवाई हो रही है वो मैन्युअली हो रही है, गिनती बेलचा और अपने मैन्युअल एफर्ट से हो रही है, तो उसकी एफिशिएंसी इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं है। आज भी एयरलिफ्ट का है, बट अभी मौसम खुल जाए तो हेलीकॉप्टर स्टैंड बाय पे हैं, लेकिन जैसे ही मौसम खुलेगा तो कार्रवाई की जाएगी। कल सुबह तक 150 से ज़्यादा फेटल मतलब डेथ्स हो चुकी हैं और 200-225 के करीब इंडिविजुअल्स को रेस्क्यू किया गया है। बट अभी ऑपरेशन जारी है और देखते हैं अभी आगे कितने क्या सिचुएशन।
Let me take this across to my colleague Harish. Harish, we just heard Brigadier Arjun Segan. He is talking about how the weather needs to be on your side to help with the relief and rescue ops, even as the Army and the Indian Air Force have been pressed into service. What I'd like to understand is, like my colleagues and all the others are mentioning, how the river, which is overflowed, has become split into two. There are two streams and heavy streams that are flowing. What really is the demography of this area that we are looking at? You speak about two villages that have been completely washed away. What is the kind of population that we are looking at over here? How many people possibly who could still be trapped in the area?
Well, the fear is Churalmala. If you look at the place where the stream has now, as you mentioned, has changed its course, has split into two, created an island in between where there are some tourist homes as well, where bodies have been recovered from. You are looking at roughly around 200 families who were